What's going on, people? So today I will be discussing the development of my calves since I ruptured my Achilles in July of 2016. So as you all can see from the thumbnail, and I'm going to put that same picture here on the screen right now, my calves have definitely grown since I ruptured my Achilles. So the picture on the left was taken shortly after I was recovering from my surgery, after I was out of my boot and everything. I was back lifting, but both of my calves were very small because I had not trained legs at all due to me rupturing my Achilles. So the picture on the right is how my calves look today. Now, granted, they're still underdeveloped. I'm still not happy with them, but it's a journey for me, because when I first started lifting weights, I did not prioritize my calves. I did not train them frequently, and I did not train them properly. So hopefully I can help a lot of you all prevent a lot of the mistakes that I made early on in my training career. But I wanted to make this video to talk about how I'm training my calves now, and the frequency with which I'm training them, and then talk about a couple of the exercises that I'm doing, and then I'll do a separate video of me performing those exercises. So as you all can see from the clip that I'm putting on the screen now, I'm really focusing on the eccentric portion of the movement. As you can see, I'm pausing at the bottom. I'm not rushing the calf raise. You might see a lot of people doing bouncing up and down really fast, whether they're doing standing or seated calf raises. I'm taking my time. That's something that I did not do in the past. Even prior to my Achilles rupture, my calves have been underdeveloped. But I was, as I mentioned before, my frequency of training them was very low, and I was not training them properly. So you can also see that my right leg, that calf is smaller, and that's the leg where I ruptured my Achilles. So I have some work to do. I'm hoping I can get it back to the same size. So I'm probably going to have to begin incorporating a lot of single calf movements. And I was doing it at one point, but like always, I always slack on my calf training. I have no idea why, but since I moved to Florida, it's been a lot better because it's always hot outside, and I always want to wear shorts, and I do not want to have chicken legs forever. And one of the reasons why I'm showing you all my calves is to let everyone know that it's okay to have weak points. Do not try to hide them, because I wore pants always for years and never showed my legs. But with me doing that, I needed people to make fun of me having small legs for me to address that situation. That's what I needed, because I would go to sleep, it would be hot, and I'll still have on pants. I'll have on pajama pants. So I want to encourage you all to really focus on those weak points. Don't try to hide them, and prioritize those weak points. So going forward, I'm going to start training my calves 3 times per week. Right now, I aim for 2 times a week, but to be honest, I only train my calves most of the time 1 time a week, and sometimes 2 times per week. But I have to get more consistent with that training, especially after looking at this side by side. This really helps me put things into perspective, because to me, I'm like, my calves still haven't grown. But when I start taking like progress pictures like this, and I'm able to see the development, it really encourages me and motivates me to keep going. So for those of you all who were not blessed with great calf genetics and have high insertion points in your calf muscles like I do, even if you were blessed with great calf genetics, for everybody training your calves, please do not try to load a bunch of weight that you can't lift and you just have to bounce up and down. Train with frequency. You know, train it like you do your other body parts. Like, I used to train my biceps all the time. Like, I had no problem hitting arms every day at one point in time. But as soon as my calves are sore, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to take some days off. And, you know, days turns into a week. So I have to get out of that mindset of like, oh, my legs are super sore, so I can't train them again right now. Because whenever anything on my upper body is sore, I'm still going to train it. I've trained through injuries. Not saying that's a good thing, but I'm just saying, like, my mindset when it comes to upper body and lower body training is completely different. But I need to create a program that I'm going to stick to for my calf training and stick to it. That's the main thing. And it's okay if you all fall off track from time to time. It happens to everyone. But the main thing is to, and I just was watching a video about this from a motivational speaker, Eric Thomas. You have to self-assess. So when I looked at the side-by-side picture of my calf development, I had to do a self-assessment and tell myself, okay, you've made great progress, but you know, you could have made even better progress if you stayed consistent with your calf training and continue to implement exactly what you're doing now, but increase the frequency. So that wraps up what I wanted to talk about today. Stay tuned for videos on how I'm training my calves to get them to continue to grow. And then I'll probably do another video where I just title it Chicken Legs. So I'm just going to have, you know, my calves as the thumbnail, and I'm going to talk about how I got chicken legs, and hopefully it helps all of you avoid getting chicken legs. Because a lot of people think that if you're not blessed with great calf genetics, your calves won't grow. That's not true. I actually was one of those people who believed that, because somebody told me that back in high school, and he was like, you know, no matter what you do, you know, you're gonna have small calves because you have bad calf genetics. And that was horrible advice, but I was young, I didn't know any better, so I was like, okay, well, let me continue to bench press, curl, push-ups, tricep push-downs, everything, military press. And then I would squat from time to time, you know, depending on how I feel. Oh, and then let me try to do some calf raises too heavy, you know, just to increase my vertical so maybe I can be able to dunk, you know, crazy logic. But anyway, I was rambling right there. I was just telling you all how my thought process worked back then when I was younger, and it sounds ridiculous to even say out loud, but hey, that's all a part of growing and learning more about, you know, fitness as a whole and exercising and how to, you know, really train properly. So I hope this video was helpful to a lot of you all. Please like the video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more content, and catch you on the next one. Peace.